Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ghifari Arabic Mahdiar. I'm from class 5th TI2, and this is my video for the midterm project, so morphology in Sasak language. So now I will present my research, and I will explain to you what I got and what traditional language I choose. So I chose Sasak language because that's my foreign language, that's my traditional language. And we go to the slide one. So the introduction first. So the geographic context is Sasak is an Indonesian traditional language primarily spoken by Sasak, uh, the Sasak people on Indonesia. So the central aim of this study is to investigate the internal structure of Sasak words by identifying and classifying its smallest meaningful units, so known as morphemes, through the collection and analysis of a representative word. This paper will explore the two major word formation process in Sasak, so derivation, which creates new word and often change the word class, and inflection, so which adds grammatical information. So there are a lot of words, lot of data that I collected. So which are derivational or inflectional. So like maybe I will explain to you and what the meaning of this word. So like the first is bugawian. So bugawian in English is get a job. Kadekan is a toy. Brajah is study. Bejaguran is fight. Belanggaran, crash, bersepeda, ride a bicycle. Bejora, jogging. Kelema is early morning, and everything. And so now I will break down at least 5 words into morpheme, so and indicate which are the morpheme is free or bound. So the first is I will break down the Begawian word. So Begawian, the b is a preposition, gawe is a root, and an is a suffix. So this the b or the affix is a bound morpheme, gawe is a root and free morpheme, and an as an affix is the bound morpheme. So this word is derivation because it's changed from noun into a verb. So the second is kadekan. So kadekan created by just two morphemes. So the first is kadek. Kadek is a root, and an is a suffix, the suffix. So kadek root is a free morphemes, and an as a affixes is a bound morpheme. So kadekan is a derivational word because the root is changed from verb to a noun. So the third is braja. Like kadekan, braja is just created by two morphemes. The first is ber is the prefix, and ajah is a root. So bers like affix is a bound morpheme, and ajah root is a free morpheme. So braja is a derivational word because the root is changed from teach to study. So the fourth is bejora. So bejora, be is a prefix and jora is a root. So be is a bound morpheme and jora or the root is a free morpheme. So bejora is an inflectional word because there is no change from the type and the meaning is still the same. So the fifth is ngaret. So ngaret is a bond. The from word ngaret is a prefix, and aret is a root. So the as an affix is a bond morpheme, and aret is a free morpheme. So ngaret is an inflectional word because there is no specific change from the word type, and the meaning of the word is still the same. So we go to the next slide. Yeah, uh, I will give you an example of inflectional and derivational. So the first is inflectional. So there are a lot of Sasak language that has an inflectional word. So like for anakne and amakne, the bond affix or the ne is attached to the root word anak and ama to mark position. We use a basic grammatical function. Other examples show how inflection can mark different aspects. For the words Dedoro and Sakadi, the bond affixes are attached to the free base word to indicate nuance of quantity. So the last is Onya Onya. So that uh, reduplicate the word to create a meaningful word that doesn't changing the word class, but usually be used by Sasak people. So next is derivational. So derivational morphology is a core process in Sasak. So it's creating new words that often change the original word's class or significant alter its meaning. So this is clear in the analysis of the following words, all of which are classified as derivational. Is the first word is begawean, so it's formed by the confix b and n around the root gawe, where all fixes are bound and the root is free. Resulting is none of result. So similarly, braja use the bound prefix ber attached to the root aja. Compound affixes are also seen in Bejaguran and Belanggaran, where bound affixes B and N enclose to the free root Jagur and Langgar respectively. Finally, Kedekan is derived by adding the bound suffix and the root Kedek. So the next slide, the morphological process. So the process that I found in such a language is just two process. It's affixation and reduplication. So for example, of reduplication is in word onya onya. So it's reduplicate the root and express warning and be careful. The next is derivational. The affixation is begawian because the affix is be and n from the nouns. So the next slide is comparative reflection. So Sasak is I will compare it with the morphological process in English. So Sasak is agglutinative, relying on affixes for meaning, while English is more analytical and inflection. For example, Sasak use ne for possession, like anak ne, while English use separate words like his or her. So the main challenge in this analysis was distinguish between derivation and inflection. So especially for affixes like ne, which can mark either possession or definitives. So the conclusion of this material, this project is an English morphology study focusing on the Sasak language, so spoken on Lombok Island, Indonesia. So the central goal was to investigate the internal structure of Sasak words by analyzing their morphemes. The finding reveals that Sasak is agglutinative language, relying heavily on affixation to build complex word. Asin is the extensive use of prefixes, suffixes, and confixes for the derivation, like creating new words like bugawean, like get a job from the root bugawe, and inflection, adding grammatical information such as the affix ne or possession in anak ne or his, her or her child. So the language also utilize reduplication like onya onya, that's meaning be careful. So overall the project highlight how such morphological process, including affixation and confounding, create meaning and construct this with the more analytical nature of English. So that's my presentation. I hope this presentation will be worked in the future, and I'm sorry if there are mistakes that I made in this presentation. So, yeah, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.